Jason Pryor, fresh off the plane from Pan American Championships. Jason, you and teammate Ben Bratton had the best result at Pan Am's, right? Making the 8, correct?
Correct.
Now, historically, like that tournament has been a bit of a challenge for the U.S. men's epee team, correct?
That's a bit of an understatement. Brutal honesty. I remember I talked to Seth Kelsey, and he won that tournament once as a team at Pan Am's in 2011. Cuba's won that team because their team historically has been very good. Venezuela, of course, because they have Lamardo, Silvio, two guys who have been in the top 16 for most of the 2000s. It feels like Canada has won that tournament, and we have not really won that tournament so often. This was my 4th time at that tournament. Last year, we lost to Canada in the semifinals, and then the 2 years before that, we lost to Venezuela in the final. So it has been... Yeah, our zone is very difficult for men's epee, and we always seem to run into Venezuela, and they're an incredible team. So.
And with that kind of recent history of dropping out close to the medal rounds, how gratifying was it to take home gold this year?
Words don't describe it. I mean, I could use some vulgar language, but I was pretty freaking happy. I mean, I've never beaten Venezuela in my life. I've drawn them at Pan Am's a lot of times. We've drawn them in different World Cups once or twice. Like in Argentina, I remember we lost to them to bring home a medal. So we made the 4, it was like, yeah, and we get stumped by Venezuela in the bronze medal bout. But to finally deliver against them, and I mean, we have a pretty contentious rivalry with them. Things sometimes get out of hand, and it's just, everyone wants to win. So finally, getting that win, and especially now because this was the year it really counted, because this is the year that's going to set us for qualifying, and it's us or Venezuela to go to the games probably out of this zone. So you dream about it going that well, to be perfectly honest.
And you talk about qualification. Right now, you guys are approaching the first qualifying tournament with Paris coming up, correct?
Yep.
So how much momentum does this give you, or how does this Pan Am gold kind of send you into qualifying?
It's a huge amount of momentum, especially talking about the team event, because we have one in Paris, of course. We're best foot forward. You can't start the season off any better. And Vancouver, we had a great run. We came in 5th, and we lost our round of 8 bout against Ukraine in overtime. So we were so close to making it 4, and with that steam coming out ahead of Venezuela, who has been top 4 in the world, coming into Paris, we know we can do this. And then on top of that, me, Ben, and Jimmy, and Yesur and Ari are gelling as a team now. We've had some bouts to really work together. So it's just couldn't feel better. Just bursting with confidence. I literally cannot wait for this team event. I cannot wait for the team event.
So combining these three things you talked about, the momentum going into qualification, the gelling of the team component, but also the historical significance. The last time men's epee won gold at Pan Am's was 5 years ago, when they also claimed world gold, correct? Or
number
silver?
1 in the world, yeah. So
yeah.
That started, that huge run where there was, win, top 4 everywhere. So yeah, no, it feels good. It's a very good sign. And I mean, this team, in Vancouver, we dropped Russia, who was number 3 at the time, and then in the backside we had Korea, who was number 2. And maybe I've seen those guys just take it to France. We feel very good about our chances. Our team's functioning. We feel good. We trust each other. We're out on that strip, and even when we have Lamardo basically chopping down a 6-touch lead in about 30 seconds, everyone's relaxed. It's just we know we still have this battle. So it's I don't know.
So to that point, World Championships are just a couple months out. What does the team need to do or continue doing from now until then to kind of match the success over this past week?
Bottom line is, to qualify for the games, we need to stay ahead of Venezuela. So that's going to require going around further than them, or hopefully many more rounds further than them. Ideally, they go out in the first round and we win the thing. But, more realistically, it's going to be very tight between us. And then at Worlds, because it's weighted so much with the points, it's especially important. We have to do better than them at Worlds. Coming out ahead of them at Zone and coming out ahead at Worlds, that's probably going to set the gap too far for them to catch up. And then, of course, the pressure is going to continue to rise. Come out ahead of them in zone, that is a huge blow against them. And then if we do the same at Worlds next year, when there's like 3 team events left, they're gonna start looking around and realize now my chances are starting to look like I have to do that as an individual, and the cohesion of the team starts to disintegrate. Lamardo knows he can make it. Silvio has a good idea he can make it, and then Francisco is like looking around. He was close to getting in the top 16. He's gonna think like, well, crap, I have to like turn it up and stop worrying about the team because the U.S. already has that on lock.
Well, step by step to get to that point. So hopefully that momentum, as you said, can deliver another blow next week for your team in Paris. So good luck to you and the rest of your squad, and we look forward to continued success.
Thank you.
Thank you.